Hi guys, good morning. Hello, welcome back to the show. I actually dropped my phone and the lens is scratched and I'm wondering if this shows up on the video. But I don't think it does because I look like I'm scratched. I literally just woke up and had breakfast and did my yoga and meditation. And I'm a little excited to talk about the market today. Not because I have anything specific to say, but I wonder if we are headed into a bull market. Though it's deleting some of the thoughts I had previously. Like this line here, this is a higher low, right? This is a higher low. That's interesting. It definitely makes me wonder what's happening here. And then and then we have this bar which is gigantic and it's holding up, right? It's not capitulating. It's not coming back down, which is very interesting. So it's holding up and we broke into the bull market support band, but it looks like we're getting some rejection, but we're only 2 days into the week. I'm going to wait until the end of this week to see what actually happens. Because my suspicion is that we're coming down. I just don't know how much and how long and at what point we're going to come down. But this is my vibe that we are coming down. But I don't have the conviction I had before. Like over here, I had a lot of conviction that we were coming down, and we did come down, and we touched this 34, which seems appropriate. But now I'm less confident. But maybe this is part of the shakeout, right? The question is like, what is the investor sentiment? What is the investor sentiment, and what does the investor think? If the investor goes here and sees this spike here, it's going to reduce confidence, right? I don't when I see the spike that I realize it's a bunch of Russian rich people that are trying to get out of the ruble, and that's why this happened on the 27th and this happened on the 28th. Like the spike happened on the 28th. It's really funny. This happened on the 28th, I think, and the purchases happened on the 21st. Oh, this is skip. Oh, it's a week, right? So because we're on the weekly chart. Um, I'm skeptical, but this could be the catalyst you need to kind of jump it up, right? You get one group of people in, spikes the price of Bitcoin, and then suddenly everything's really happening. Makes me nervous, but to get through this portion right here, you need support. Like you need people, a lot of people to be like, "Yes, this is what we want to see." And we're not really seeing that right now, are we? I'm not YOLOing in. I'm not hype enough. Like I don't believe this is legit because I could argue that the average investor is right now nervous with war happening, nervous with gas prices increasing, nervous with inflation, nervous with the inflation rate. The interest rate possibly coming up. I know Canada increased its interest rate today or yesterday, actually, which is very interesting. So that means the U.S. is next, right? The U.S. is going to increase interest rates to but what? How much are they going to be hawkish or dovish? And hawkish means that they're not going to increase that much. And they're going to well, hawkish actually means they're going to increase the interest rate significantly, like in an aggressive way. While dovish is a little bit all right. We're going to take it easy, like a 0.25. And that's what it seems like. It seems like it's going to be 0.25, but all this economic data that's coming out seems to be very positive. Though, this all being said, there have been times, and I can't pull up the chart right now, there have been times where, and look at the size of this candle, Jesus. Um, when interest rates go up, the price of Bitcoin also goes up. I think it's 2014. I can't pull it up because I can't compare right now, but it's absurd. So like I'm sitting here thinking, okay, interest rates go up, then these risk on assets go down, but that's not always the case, right? Because Bitcoin is considered a risk on asset, but that's really not the case. I mean, like at least not right now, especially to some people. Like, in fact, well, it's relative, right? So BTC is risk on when in comparison to stocks and of course bonds, but in comparison to your currency falling apart, the ruble is risk on, and this is not, right? So it's really absurd. Like this is actually quite wild that it is the way it is. Yeah. So this is quite something. Anyways, I don't really have much else to say, but look at this. We're building the Iron Curtain right now, right? This is Ukraine right here. The border is drawn. This is Belarus. This is that's Helsinki. I forgot the what Finland, Sweden, and Denmark, I think. Or is that all? I'm not sure. And a lot. We have the capital is Tallinn here. I always forget the country's name. Um, but this is essentially, we got some flights going in between here and here and there, but really, we got the new Iron Curtain coming up. It's very interesting. Um, and the rest of Europe, it's wild. So let's see what happens, man. I don't like. Wow, it's just the beginning of some interesting times for certain, right? There's this book called The Fourth Turning, and I don't remember who it's by, but it essentially says that we're gonna see a lot of turmoil this next several years. And there's this book, Ray Dalio, I have it on the shelf there, the New World Order, or whatever you call it, New World Order. But that's absurd as well. Like it's essentially, that we as these great powers like the United States and China, attempt to hold themselves together, you're gonna see a lot of turmoil, which makes sense, right? Totally makes sense. You got this, like the big power versus the little power, and there everyone's freaking out. But what's also interesting here is you can see economic development, right? Where the flights are landing and going are from where all the economic development is. Like South America doesn't have as many flights. Eastern Europe doesn't have as many flights as we can see, right? Most of Eastern Europe is really barren. Central Europe is somewhat barren as well, but Southern Asia and Eastern Asia really knocking it out of the park. Australia is okay. South America is not great. Africa is not great either. But yeah, okay, I don't know what happened. Anyways, this is it, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow.